Hello, welcome back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast, another World Cup Watchalong. We are live, just minutes away from Canada, host Canada playing Morocco in Houston, Dallas, I believe. Of all days, to be Canada playing in a World Cup game in the US. It would be obviously Independence Day in the States. So before moving on, obviously anyone that celebrates is American and obviously celebrates Independence Day. Happy Independence Day, and hope you enjoy your day. Basically, I was got to go in the chat. We've got low fat in the chat. Says Tross have gone for 15.4 million to Besiktas plus add-ons. Yeah, you're seeing that as well. I mean, I'm not disappointed. I'm not upset. I'm not buzzing. I'm not buzzing, but I'm not upset either. Oh, by the way, Michael Oliver, of all people, talking about Man City, being a Man City fan, your favourite referee's refereeing this game as well, Michael Oliver. All jokes aside, yeah, like we squeezed what we could out of him. The time we've had him, we squeezed what we could out of him in that time, and I think it's sort of. You got Michael Oliver. Good luck, Arsenal misfit. I think it's rather fitting. That's the word I was looking for. Rather fitting that his final goal for Arsenal, by the looks of it, was a crucial goal that pretty much pushed us and gave us that title in the end. Again, obviously the goal get away to West Ham. So obviously to the go. Good luck to him. I said this. As I say, we got the best. We got what we could out of him basically in the time we've had him. Does need to get rid of Martinelli now and then replace them both. Upgrade basically on both. Hi everyone, hope you're good. And then obviously Gav's going bonjour. Oh dear. But yeah, team news on. I've got the team graphics on my screen from Morocco. So Steve, obviously in the chat. Everyone else give your score predictions as well, along with Steve. He's a good player. Don't get me wrong, but it was at his best from his best period when he was in the Arsenal from his time at Arsenal. He was arguably our best finisher on his day. It was just because of the formation and all that. It just wasn't consistent enough. But he's a clutch. He scored clutch goals. I mentioned West Ham. I think Villa. He loved playing against Villa. Loved Villa. Also loved the goal against Liverpool. But he's always been. It'll always be with Trossard. A bit like Viltor Gav turns up in the clutch moments when you need that goal to get you over the line in that moment in that game, or the game preceding and the running. He'd always turn up with something, be the goal itself or an assist or yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna. Morocco should win this on paper. You don't know what Morocco we're going to get at the moment, and we don't know what Canada we're going to get. We need for Canada to have a chance. I'll say this: for Canada to have a chance to get through today to the last 8, they need a better performance than they had on. And then by the way, last week I want to say Monday, but it wasn't Monday. But yeah, when they played South Africa, they need a better performance than that. We can't. If we have that, they're in trouble. Hey. Oh dear. I don't know. Score was. I don't know what to go with it. I want chaos, so I'm going to go for 2-1 Canada. Yeah, 50. We're literally 53, 54 seconds in, and that was it. I expect nothing much has happened so far. Obviously, Catherine won't be able to. Catherine can't make this one because of obviously time difference, time zone. Independence Day is with family. But she has said to me she will be back and available for the later kickoff between France and Paraguay later on. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this once in terms of the manga. This Jimmy manga. It's part of the preseason. Again, it's like with Arsenal. We take a select amount of our academy players out to pre-season tour, so they get the feel of what it would be like in the as part of the main squad, basically for future reference. Doesn't mean they're guaranteed that just because they're going on tour that they're the first. That's it. They're in the first team for definitely. They're in the first. They're part of the first team for next season. I mean, Wenger famously would would use academy players that were coming through, give them 2 to 3 pre-season tours, and judge them off of that. And after the third one, during the third pre-season, sorry, of having the player X, for example, from the academy, after that third one, or sorry, not after, during that third one, sorry, would be when he decided that player needed a loan out to get more minutes elsewhere, or they were ready to play within the senior team right there, right then. Oh yeah, where's the Heskey? Where's the Heskey duo again? Oh, what's that? What? They're still in the academy. Okay. Apart from Phil Foden and Nico Riley, who else has Pep in the nearly 10 years that he was there? Who else did he push through from the academy that's gone on to be that not had a chance at City? And I wouldn't clear Cole Palmer because Cole Palmer, when you went to sell him, was teetering between the academy and the first team at the time. He wasn't solidly in the first team. I think if you hadn't sold him that summer, you sold him. That was the season he was going to be brought in to be a part of the first team properly, the senior squad wise. So I'm not classing Cole Palmer personally because he was just about to get the opportunity to be a proper regular week in week out when you sold him for 40 odd mil to Chelsea. Turns out to be a blessing in disguise. He's on one standout season, and he's got a few injuries nowadays as well. Thank you, come on. So yeah, even if you want to, from your point of view, you want to include Cole Palmer, okay, that's 3 players in 10 years. That's hardly pushing through more academy than Arsenal. Now. I mentioned Vigo Lewis. So I'm going to say Rico Lewis, Foden. You want to include Palmer? I don't, but from your point of view, Palmer, O'Reilly. Mine's gone blank for a second. They've got a dog being playing in the backside. Oh! Why did he hesitate? In the nearly 10 years that Pep's been at Man City, at Arsenal, under Emery and Arteta, and I think now even Wenger back into Wenger's time, it's included back of it because it's that time frame. We have brought through in that time. What year was it? 2016. Yeah, Pep arrived summer of 2016, 10 years ago. This this year, basically. We have brought through the likes of Saka, Emma Smith Rowe. Didn't work out for him in the end, but brought him through. He's now obviously at Fulham doing whatever. Awobi we brought through our academy. Didn't work out, but he's gone elsewhere. But he got a stint. He'd got a long enough stint in our senior squad to try and crack it. There's three there. I'm trying to think, my mind's gone. I think Hector was a few years before Prep, so I'm not going to include Hector. Why is going blank? Eddie and Kelly again never worked out, but he got a fair crack at the whip in our first 11 from our academy. Trying to blank. We've got Max Dowman right here, right now. So good. It's so good. We wanted to bring him into the senior team when he was 14. But now we know for certain reasons that couldn't happen. Had to wait another year. So Max Dowman there. That's 5. It's like there's fucking glaring players that are in my fucking head. That's why I'm pop. But I think. Oh, we've got Salmon as well. Who's in the last year has been more involved in the senior team. That's 6. So I'm already 2 ahead of you. Okay, 1 ahead of you, Trafford. Sancho never played for the senior team. Not including, no way am I including Sancho. I'm sorry. We're not including Sancho. He never played a senior minute for Man City the first time round. Just because you brought him back doesn't count. And even that's to stop Newcastle getting him. You had a buyback clause. Brahim Diaz, how many games do you play for your senior team? Balogun, that's the one. That was one of the flagship of tongue. Was like, Balogun, yeah. So hot. That wasn't Pep though. We're talking about academy players Pep's brought through prior from 2016 to when he's left, and comparing it to Arsenal. Oh, so yeah, we've actually bought a fair share. There's more there as well. Definitely, yeah. And then obviously, if you want to go down the route of, again, did he play again? Tell me, you're right. Sancho never played any minutes senior level for Man City. Trafford went out and had to come back. What was it 4 years later? And that was only because Newcastle were about to get him, and Man City was like, no, we got a buyback clause. Thank you very much. And now you've pissed it. You've actually pissed him off. He's about to go back out, about to leave again. Brahim Diaz never. I don't remember him playing senior minutes. Liam Delap again. Give me the minutes of Liam Delap then. In terms of what did you say? Eddie and Nketiah had four. Well, I think from the Wenger time, from the back in the Wenger, because we're talking about 2016, yeah. So from Wenger's time, Emery and Mikel, he had a good fucking good few years at Arsenal as a senior player. But the majority came from when Arteta came along. So he only got rid of him. I think now we got rid of him now. I'm trying to think now. Was it last night? I'm trying to think. I don't think it was the summer before. Not last time, the summer before. So what? 25, 24, in 2024. So 5 years effective. Well, 4.5. We want to be technical about things under Arteta. 4.5 years of Eddie. Smith Rowe initially came through under Unai Emery. Was getting blooded in, but got going in terms of more minutes under Mikel. But overall, so 2019 again, he started getting bleeded in. But he's in terms of properly under first team up the rules of regulation. I'm putting up here. It was under Arteta, and that was like the 2020. I think it started off well here once there. 2020, and we got rid of, and he got moved in on in 24. So 4 years there, worth of minutes. That's Eddie. That's Eddie in it. Saka. Do you want to? Do you really want to contest Saka as well? He's still going, my friend. No, he's a Bolton. He came from Bolton. We got him from Bolton for £3 million. He came from Bolton's academy. Hence the northern accent. What's it? Saka. Oh, we got Bellingham. Didn't get for me. Didn't get fair crack of the whip, but he was in the senior squad for 2 years. Just so happened that Aubameyang, Lacazette, and Eddie were preferred over him. But he got minutes there, and he got a fair enough amount of minutes to be in this conversation now. I'm not including. Guys asked me about Rob Holding. Rob Holding actually did start in the 2016 season onwards for Arsenal. We signed him in summer of 2016 from Bolton, but I'm not including him because he didn't come from our academy. See, I'm being fair, not just throwing names for the sake of it. But basically, yeah, all the players I've mentioned so far have had 2 to 3 years or more in the senior squad and got minutes as well. Iwobi, Arsene Wenger brought through from the academy, Alex Iwobi. So back into Wenger's time, you're looking back, back into Wenger, Unai Emery. So that's what I think he got 4.5 years at the crack at the whip in an Arsenal shirt before he moved on. I could literally go Wikipedia, just get every single player I've mentioned and go, boom, there's the amount of games they played for us, over the course of X, Y, and Z. Oscar Bob, you've moved on, but because I've obviously moved other players as well, including Oscar Bob as well. And even though he had that huge injury, I will include Oscar Bob for you as well. But still, we do again. Like we have brought through plenty of academy players, especially since Mertesacker retired and became the director manager of our academy. I know he's moved on now this summer, but we've got someone else in. But yeah, our actual turnover of academy players getting more chance to be in the senior team and actually getting minutes and playing time within the senior team. Is that an all time high in my lifetime? And I'm 37, for fuck's sake. I grew up in the years I was growing up. Basically, the majority of that time, my childhood was played. Basically, obviously George Graham was the first manager, but he went in from when I was born. He went around for much longer, for a few more years before that all came out. But after he was moved on, our turnover bringing academy players in at the time dried up massively in the sense of obviously once he was moved on with the Bruce Rioch period. I say period being like the Unai Emery sort of period, I would say, in modern day for Arsenal. And then Wenger came along, and the only player that Wenger basically brought through in the early years of his tenure was Ashley Cole. Other than that, and it got brought through and he actually broke in and cemented a spot in the senior squad was Ashley Cole. Others had opportunities but never got in properly to the senior squad, hence I'm not including them in that side of the conversation as well, because they got opportunities that just weren't good enough and they got loaned out and moved on straight away pretty much. But did they do the whole point of this conversation though? Fact is, players Gittins, Lavia, and there's a few others we mentioned as well. Who's the other you mentioned once there? Liam Delaps of this world, Sancho, Briam Diaz, and initially James Trafford until you brought him back. Hadn't take James Trafford at the equation for a second here. All the other players I just mentioned there have never played a single senior minute for the senior team under Pep. That was the whole point of this conversation. Tosin, when did Tosin play for Man City senior team under Pep? It's amazing, by the way, we've gone live for Canada versus Morocco and we talk about it's Arsenal Man City, Arsenal Man City. Hey, loving it. No, but I'm just saying, in terms of what my point was in terms of going back to the Highbury days and under Wenger, and Wenger's initial period, is in comparison to back then to where we are now, we actually bring through and use our academy a lot more than what we used to. I'm just saying. But my point is the players I've mentioned from an Arsenal point of view that we will come through Arsenal's academy initially have initially had a 2 to 3 year spell or more at the Arsenal senior team. The likes of Tosin, Gettins, and Lavia, Delaps didn't get that. Sancho as well. Brian Diaz is playing right now. Didn't get that at Man City. They get the odd appearance. Literally a handful. 1 to 5 appearances, and they're suddenly moved on. The only ones again under Pep's tutelage in the 10 years, and Ozzy Phil's been is a longer term one because that was from pretty much the get go when he first came in after the first year. So for about 8 9 years, Foden's had a fair crack at the whip. It's like your Oscar Bob, Nico Riley, other guy you mentioned. I can't remember fucking names now. Fucking going through all these fucking names. I'll go all back to the chat. Sorry, one sec. Rico Lewis and whoever else we mentioned before, in terms of that have actually come through and actually cemented themselves in the Man City squad senior team at some point or another in that time frame before getting moved on or still there basically. We had to bring our young players through a lot of years due to money. Yeah, it was only when we moved to the Emirates that from the Wenger side of things that Wenger basically he had to, if he did bring them in from abroad, these young up and coming players, he had to give the likes of Jack Wilshere a chance. And even then, it was mainly looking back at that. Even actually saying that, yeah, most of our young up and coming players that we brought that we were using once we moved to the Emirates were in fact brought in from outside from other clubs. Bar, Barring Jack Wilshere, who fully came through the academy from day dot, Cesc classes as an academy player because we brought him in initially at 14, 15, and in the space of a year, he was in our senior squad from that point. But he initially was put in the academy, we signed him put into the academy side. So by the technicalities, they do class Cesc as an Arsenal academy player for some reason. But from a fully fledged point of view, like from every level of academy, the only one we actually really did bring through properly was Jack Wilshere, Collins Vader. Actually, Collins Vader, that's two. But even then, he was given the odd opportunity here and there over a 3 year period, and he just moved. It was because he wanted a proper fair crack at the whip. He was then moved on. I think Nicholas Bettner, he classes as an academy player, sadly. If you know, you know. We don't really. He didn't really like losing these academy. He liked getting the young players that he could. outside, from outside of the club, basically. 15 games, 4 sub-tenders. So 15 games in one season, four as a sub. So that's 11 games he started. What games they? Were them games cup games though? Majority of them. Were the majority of them games? I don't know. You need to tell me what season it is as well. But were the majority of them games cup games? I don't remember him playing in the senior team in the senior team. I'll be honest. Got the stoppage in the game here, but just before the hydration break takes place. I've got a sub. We're gonna have a sub now because I'm assuming he's not going to be. No, yep, he's coming off. But Morocco number 11. I need to see his name first beforehand. Gone down, needed treatment, and the medical team have advised he has to come off. So that's not good for Morocco. Bit of a slow start for Morocco though. From what I've been watching, the only team that's really, and I did say this before the kickoff, the only team that's actually decided to turn up today so far and actually give it a go is the team I told. The team I said that had to do it was Canada. It's Canada side. The only thing that one thing that has held them back so far is they haven't took their chances yet. Pep loved him. Again, that's cool. That's cool. But I'm asking the question. In that season, he got them 15 games, 4 from the bench. So them 11 starts he got. How many of them were league games as well? But I'm not just trying to nitpick here. I'm just asking out of curiosity because I genuinely don't remember him actually playing. I'm not. Must have missed. I've genuinely missed that because I don't remember Diaz playing for City, as in the senior team. I mean, and don't you dare class Savinho as an academy player. I'm asked. Oh my days! But I'm asking out of the 11 starts in that season, how many of them were in the league? Because I don't remember. I'm genuinely asking, keep the conversation flowing. I'm asking the question. I want some um, knowledge, if you will, to see if it rattles my brain. And either way, learn basically. Because even back then, I didn't have the channel, so I weren't watching it every game like left, right, and centre, like I have to do nowadays. Pretty much, I used to just focus on the Arsenal, and that was it. I'm brutally honest on that. So I'm not being rude. I'm genuinely asking. With the starts he had, what how many were in the league? Who were they against? And again, there's commercial break, by the way. And how was it more cup games? Was it more league? Was it a bit of a balance? I'm genuinely asking a question. I'm not being rude. Don't mean to come across it. If I am coming across like that, 'cause I don't. Okay, I'll give you Diaz. If that's the case, I'll give you Diaz. But even then, I'm not giving you Liam Delap or Cole Palmer because he was just about to get. As I say, the summer you decided to sell him, that was meant to. I know for it's so obvious that was meant to be the season for him at City to to be in the senior team properly from day one to the end, no matter what, and not just senior team 1 minute, academy the next, and all that back and forth every other week and all that crap. It was meant to be senior team and senior team only. But Chelsea came along saying we'll start you from the get go. Here's a few quid as well, and he went running. I mean, in terms of the Cole Palmer thing, anyway, you've had it our staff, and that sort of things with Chelsea because your best academy was Jack Wilshere. Actually, Cole. And it pains me to say because I don't actually, how Ashley conducted himself when he left us. Still works to this day. Still pains me. Jack Wilson's up there. I'm not saying he's like massive one extreme to the other, but it's Ashley Cole, Jack Wilshere, and then etc. etc. In terms of my lifetime. Yes, but it was when he was playing the season before, when Pep was giving him the opportunities. It was like, for example, as Ethan Wanyeri, who was just been loaned out as well. Well, I can class Ethan Wanyeri technically. The season before, it was the odd game here and there, but he spent most of his time the previous season in your academy still. The summer you sold him, Pep had already decided to bring him in properly to the senior team full time. But Chelsea came along and ruined that idea basically. But you had to, again with Cole Palmer, you had the last stuff because you got £40 million pure profit plus add-ons, all in pure profit. He's had one standout season, and since then he's either been injured or his levels have dropped off compared to that season. No, I don't think he did. In hindsight, in terms of since he's left City to go to Chelsea, he's had that first season at Chelsea where he was above and beyond their best player. And now everything going on at Chelsea, he's sort of leveled out. He's plateaued, in my opinion. He's plateaued in terms of we compare that season to where he has been since. He's either injured or his performances aren't where they need to be, or where they once were. He's not as reliable as a goal threat like he was in his first full season at Chelsea. So I don't think Pep did fuck up that. It looked like he had from that season, but since then, no. But the whole point of this conversation, Gab, is that players that have actually come through the academy and broke into the senior team and had a good run at it, basically. Before, even if it hasn't worked out in the end and they've been moved on, they do. I do count them, as long as they've had a fair crack at the whip, and not just they had that one, a few appearances here and there. Then we moved them on. God save them to keep that. For example, I'm trying to fucking think now. For example, the guy that's on bloody Sky Sports, Jay Boyfroyd, again came from our academy, never broke into our senior team in his time. It never was. To be fair, he's a striker, or was a striker, sorry. And at that time when he was at the Arsenal academy, look at who he had: Thierry, Dennis, Sylvan just came in, and Noaka Kanu. So he had no. But my point is, yeah, he came from our academy, but he didn't actually play senior minutes and was never part of the senior squad on a full-time basis. So I wouldn't class that as breaking through at Arsenal. We moved him on, and he had a career elsewhere, but he didn't break through at Arsenal. Do so well, Steve. Yeah, you do, because that's the thing. This is the one thing. This is the one thing Arsenal need to improve on, is having a bit of a backbone and going and actually keeping up with the time and going. You know what? You want this player? We think he's going to do but you really want him? Okay, cool. Here's a price tag. We've just seen Tottenham sell someone I've never even fucking heard of at Tottenham. He played for Tottenham. Sold him to Brighton for 54. Was it 54, 56 million the last couple of days? Oscar Bob. We have named loads of Arsenal players that only played a few games for Arsenal. Jack Wilshere didn't play a few games. He would have played a lot more if he didn't have injuries, but he played more than a few games. Zinchenko's not an academy player, but anyway. Zinchenko to Arsenal, 32 mil. We got him for 1.7. Again, that was good business. And again, the Premier League tax, the technical rival tax, and all that. Alvarez 14, sold for 80. You are good at it. You've got people in their right positions, and I think that's what. Once now we've got with Edu, we never had that. We had Edu, and whoever his team was, and we saw in the documentary the whole Aubameyang thing. They were very sort of timid in terms of negotiation side, the negotiation side of things. It does seem now getting Andre Bursa in, and how he's still assembling his team around him, be it the new academy manager, sport people, the guy who just got us, but all the sort of senior roles in and around him as well that work with him. He's bringing in the people, all the best of the best, and assembling them to get to the point where we're doing what you not just yourselves, what Tottenham do, what Liverpool do, in terms of, you want our player? Well, we've had him at this price. If you want him, you got to pay. You have to pay the money basically. Yeah, Rice did come from your academy. But he didn't play senior minute though. But he gave me academy, yeah. And now look at him. He's at the Arsenal winning league titles. Hey, Morocco really bad in this game so far. They've barely created any chances. They haven't, again, so far, haven't looked that threatening in the final third at all either. When they do push forward. But the majority of the chances have actually come from the co-hosts. But again, they just lack that clinical edge in the final moment. But yeah, Smith Rowe got more than a few games. So did Awobi. So did Eddie. So that's all that crap, Gav. Yes. Yeah. In that case, Gav, can I include Arthur Kwanko, who plays at Wrexham now? Came from our academy. Gabriel Jesus, 27 million sold. 20, bought for 27, sold for 45. But again, you have. I'm basically saying Arsenal didn't have, and are now assembling that sort of team to, when it comes to selling to rivals, we will get a proper price for our player now, instead of going selling to a Premier League club and getting the penance basically. No, but I was going to say, it's like, okay, let's start including our players that we. Victor Manone, you have to include him as well. He went to Sunderland and had a bit of a career there before that went to pot. We've had some. Grealish, in terms of signings wise, that again, because was it yesterday, the other day we were saying about Grealish in terms of the price tag and all that. The pressure was there from the get go, but because he came in, and in his first season was part of the team that won the treble. It was his first season, wasn't it? I swear it was. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong, but then because of that, and he had a bit more impact than that compared to the next few trophies that have come in the next few seasons before he fell out with Pep. Clearly, um, he became a party animal basically. He would have spent his entire summer on the piss from the parade onwards, and because he's doing it, and obviously as he's getting older, his body was like, I can't keep recovering this. I'm taking a bit longer now, and clearly Pep didn't like that sort of behaviour either way. I say at any point this week, in the next week and a half, because in the next week, I say in time between now and the next week, because pre-season, our first game of pre-season is Saturday the 1st of August. Calvin Phillips there, that was, I said it at the time, I stand by it. City signing Calvin Phillips was and only is one of them signings where, I mean, Chelsea did this with us but I'm trying to fucking think what year it was. 2005, yeah, summer 2005. We were going after Michael Essien. That signing was all everything was personal terms and what I'd done. Free bid agreed between the two clubs, and at the last second, Chelsea got wind of this, and they went, no, you can't have him. We don't need him, but you can't have him, so we're going to take him. And that's for me. That's what you've done in terms of Calvin Phillips. Going to sign for Calvin Phillips from Leicester City. He was heavily. Remember back. He was heavily linked to be moving to Liverpool. Again, he had agreed personal terms. It was just sorting out the fee and all that. And he was sort of regarded as a really good prospect for any club that signed him. Taken from Leeds, he'd do really well. Man City, obviously, with the old Liverpool-Man City rivalry, so to speak, were like, no, not having this. We're going to have him. We don't need him, but we're going to take him. And basically ruined his career at the same time. City versus Arsenal is at Cardiff, August 16th. Oh, you're going to Cardiff? Okay, that's cool. But yeah, we got four games. From the 1st of August to the 16th, we've got 4 other games scheduled in before that game as well. Two of them at the Emirates. I think so, because the season starts late as well. I think it's the 16th. I'll double check. It's got to be, because obviously, as I say, literally from August 1st onwards, Arsenal's pre-season games-wise gets underway, and it's pretty much it's like, in terms of a scheduling, it's like August 1st, August 4th, all the way up to that game at Cardiff. Sorry. So yeah, August 1st at 7 o'clock UK time against Girona in Spain. Then we go from there, and then on Wednesday the 5th of August at 7:30 we go to Dublin and play Real Betis. And then from the 5th, the following Sunday on the 9th we play Dortmund in the at the Emirates as an Emirates Cup game at 2 o'clock. And then a few days later, on the Wednesday, the 12th of August, we play Como at the Emirates, but it's just classed as a normal friendly. And then obviously, 16th, Sunday the 16th, 3 o'clock kickoff. And then we start our season at home to Frank Lampard's Coventry City. What's going on here? Michael Oliver's losing control of this game, I know that much. It's a game I don't want to win. Nothing to do with the dreaded Community Shield curse then, is it? Nothing to do with that, no. Yeah, as I say, the Community Shield jinx, yeah. But the thing is, you've got to be careful, because Liverpool, remember last season, again, on this channel, my channel, Mr. Arsenal Podcast, me and Liam covered the Liverpool Palace Community Shield game. And even though Liverpool went 1-0 up and all that, and Palace came back, it was very much evident once Palace got back into the game and they equalised to make it 1-1, Liverpool didn't want to win. But the players were making it blatantly obvious, that they didn't want to win that game. Even in the penalty shootout, even with like the Eze not missing pens, the Liverpool like, hold my beer, we're going to sky it into Rose instead. Every penalty was like getting skied, basically, from Liverpool. It's like they did deliberately went, no, we don't fancy the Jinx, we don't fancy that, thank you. And the Jinx went, because you've deliberately done this, you're gonna get hell anyway, basically this season. And look what they got. Hence why the Jinx didn't take a full effect on Palace until, was it December, January time, when they started plateauing out from their great starts of the season and started plateauing out league wise and dropping down the league positions basically. Because the Jinx was too focused on Liverpool, who deliberately tried to fucking lose. What a shock! Exactly, he did. It was all kicking off. I'm thinking, what's going on here? And he's just casually just walking over, no urgency whatsoever. He knows what's gone down clearly, and obviously having the conversation in his ear at the same time. And he's like, right, come here now. He's like so calm. He's like, but not in a good way. He's in that situation because of how it started off and escalated from that point. You need to run over, pull the offender to one side and go, right, everyone else piss off a minute. You, not having this, you're gonna get this yellow card now. Any more of this, you're going off. Boom. But no, it's like, oh wait, don't worry. I think Arsenal City could play Kids Community Shield due to the World Cup. Depends how far our players go. I mean, Havertz is going to be available. The likes of Havertz and Yorkades and Julian Timber, because obviously Julian Timber didn't even go. But them three players alone are now technically available for that game because they're going to have what are we on now, the fourth year. So they'll have all next week, the 13th and obviously the week commencing 13th to the 17th off. They probably won't come back into pre-season training till the third week, halfway through the third week of July now. And even then, and then obviously they won't necessarily be part of the squad that goes to Spain, but they might go to Dublin, but they'll definitely be around for the Emirates games. And then, but my point is, depends on how far the rest of our players go respectively, will be very dependent on who's available for that Community Shield. I think if England lose Monday morning now against Mexico, great, because then it means Saka can come home, rest up, enjoy the next couple of weeks, and then do the same thing that Jokeris and Havertz going to do. Same with Declan. Get home, rest that back up, rest his legs up, get all the rest he deserves and needs, and go from there. Really, if England progress Monday morning, even if they then go out in the quarterfinals, I can't see Saka and Rice potentially being available in any capacity for that Community Shield. And same for Saliba and Gabriel. Need them really to go out in this round coming now. But we'll see. I'm assuming you'd rather Norway lose tomorrow as well. Lose tomorrow against Brazil. Because you get Haaland again for the same situation of Haaland, and then come back, go off for a couple of weeks on holiday, and then literally be somewhat available for the start of the season. The way things are going at the moment, because we've got Bukayo Saka having to be man managed day to day in terms of the injury he's been carrying for the last couple of months now. Having that being man managed at the moment, you've got Declan Rice getting run into the ground because Tuchel didn't think to bring in anyone else in midfield that plays in that same role as Declan does in the midfield side of things. Oh no, no, no! Don't be silly. Um, so yeah, we're seeing him literally hobbled off, putting ice packs on his hamstring, like he's literally putting himself in a mire here. Saliba, there's a back issue potentially there, and because Deschamps is suddenly Deschamps' main man in defence is like okay, so he's not getting man managed there either. So it could be a bit of an interesting messy start basically. Not fully injured, but it's basically it's teetering towards the back, fully going up back. Any sort of serious knock to the back could result in him missing not just the rest of the tournament, but a good chunk of pre-season, potentially that Community Shield game. It's not. It's we are. It's uh, these not just Arsenal in terms of to this point before the World Cup, but even during the World Cup now, you've got managers now teetering and tempting fate. Not just for Arsenal players as well, in general. I mean, just be clear. But low fat, Gavachelian, anyone else will tell you. Well, this time last year when you had the Club World Cup, I sat here and I said, the deeper Chelsea and Man City go in this competition, the worse it's going to be for them for the following season. So Chelsea is, for many a reason, that season happened the way it did in the end. But we saw at the start of the season, both clubs had major fatigue and injuries throughout their entire squad. And Gabriel, yeah, Gabriel's good, as far as it stands. Touch wood and all that. But we noticed as well, in general, all these Premier League 6 minutes of injury time, by the way, all these Premier League players that have gone to the World Cup to represent their countries, they all look to be struggling in terms of their fitness compared to the players that play in, like, for example, Bundesliga or Liga 1, where they get rotated properly, be it via the domestic setup and the Champions League as well included. They get rotated more on a more regular basis, so their fitness levels and the chance of fatigue is a lot less. No, he doesn't, because he's literally been since he did his hamstring, not last season, the season before, and had that surgery. He had a setback at the start of this season just gone. Had a little setback. He was out for a few weeks there. But then we're running him because Noni's not good enough to be a long term squad rotated in and out player in that position. And obviously, even one getting any opportunities any opportunities there for whatever reason under Mikel this season just gone. Saka's then playing again like we was always Super Mendy, loads of fucking minutes, and he's again with Saka having that surgery that he had on his hamstring literally the previous season. You know, throwing him back in the deep end again. And what was it? The last international break before the run-in of the season just gone. He went off. Him and Rice went to or called up for England. They went to HQ. It was the actual medical team of England telling Thomas Tuchel it ain't worth the risk. They're both tinkering on the red side of being major injuries here. If we ain't careful, it's not worth the hassle. Send them back. World Cup or not, send them back to in this case to Arsenal HQ and let them just rest up and recover that way, basically. And as I say, we just fucking run the place into we gave him second even more minutes in especially the last few games prior to winning the league itself. And yeah, because obviously they had the Champions League games as well, so he played loads of minutes, left, right, and centre. And if anything, he then got called up for England World Cup squad, revived, and he was in an even worse position. So now that's why we're seeing with Saka. He's not starting every game under England at the moment because Thomas Tuchel's having to manage the situation so it doesn't cause a major injury to Saka. Now, if this was Southgate, though, if Southgate was in charge still, he wouldn't give a toss. He's proved it over the years prior. He would have continued to play Saka as a starter and run him to the ground no matter what. But yeah, we need to. And I mean, so if we get torn apart for this, but from an Arsenal point of view, yeah, half time has just gone. From an Arsenal point of view, if England was to lose on Monday morning, from an Arsenal point of view, it wouldn't be the worst thing because it means, as I keep saying, Saka then gets a proper summer, a proper rest before he then gets brought back for pre-season, whenever that may be. And the same with Rice, sorry, and Eze. But Noni, he can get his 2 weeks and can't get his arse back. But I'm not like, yeah, Noni's back because yeah, it's the other 3 that I'm more concerned that need to get back and be ready. Can't afford it. The champions or not, we cannot afford to be back in having big players, big important players in our first 11 out injured at the same time. And this is why, even though it's a World Cup, we need to get most of our business done as early as possible, well before we play you in the Community Shield. But yeah, 0-0 again, as you can see in the scoreboard. No clear-cut chances just yet. And then since that incident about 10 minutes ago, Oliver's become very trick happy with the yellow cards. That's all I'm going to say on that matter. But yeah, it's just a bit meh at the moment. I don't know, talk about fatigue and all that. As a squad there, I say squad, as an 11, plus the sub that's come on for Morocco, they look shattered. By the way, I know Tom was in the chat before. Hi, Tom. How you doing? Yeah. Right, I'm going to go off for a second. I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, I'll be back in a minute. Literally 2 minutes. I'll be back. So I'm going to top the drink up because I've got a sip left and I'm buggered basically. So give me 2 minutes. I'll be back. Hello, back again. That took a bit longer than planned, but we're back again. Just in time as the players come out for the second half, by the looks of it. How about that? But yeah, trying to get back to the game here. Second half, are we hopeful this can get done in the next 45, or are we thinking this is going to go distance again and another penalty shootout, potentially? What's that? Second rebounder, fucking, what is it, 26 currently, blimey. Feels hotter than that, trust me, I've got no breeze either. So the second I'll move and then sit down. Yeah, drowning basically. Oh dear. It is what it is though. Oh dear. Alright, yep. Teams are back out. Doesn't look like any subs either for me, for team. Nope. I was just waiting for Oliver to give us the go ahead. Hopefully we'll have a better second half. And we're off. Come on, Canada, please. Please. Give us some chaos today, please. I think you need him to come on sooner rather than later, though. Personally, at 0-0, I would have thrown him on now. One sec, buddy, I'll be back in a sec. So yeah, Woody, sorry, I had to come off for a second there. How did you feel about Stanwell? Getting excited about it, happy about it, buzzing about it. Whatever word you want to use. I'm that basically in a positive way, obviously. Yeah, look at again, a new number 4, solid, WSL proven as well. Can't ask for much more, and again, denying this connection to most of our United Nesses that we've got, so won't take long for it to settle in either at HQ. Yeah, expecting big things basically. Was it a 3-year deal we've given her as well? So yeah, genuinely can't wait. It's the first of many as well. First of many over the next couple of weeks. That's just mean it now does mean that with Stanway there, we can rotate a lot better and properly with our midfield this season. Be it with Kim Little. What's going on here? What is mate, don't shove Oliver, he'll send you off, you fool. There's no just don't give him the don't give Oliver the opportunity. Of all people you don't give the opportunity to, he's the one you don't give the opportunity to. I mean, there's onside there. I don't know where the offsides come from. It should be a corner. It is, I was going to say. Yeah, I saw that yesterday. I think Catherine's talking about it in the Watchalong yesterday. But yeah, I can't complain that we've got a proven WSL player for free, by the way, on a 3-year deal, who will add what we need in that midfield that we've been lacking, especially last season. and it does mean that she can play a lot more games than it would also by playing a lot more games than Kim Little. Kim Little actually gets a bit more, but rotated a bit more and managed better. Basically, if that makes sense. Yeah, saw that. I was like, what's going on? If that was the way you had, the guy would be getting sent off. Wait, you come here. Yeah, I'm talking to you. No, chill, lay down. I don't want your hot breath on my leg. Moroccan free kick here, going to be a crossing, but it looks it from the player. I'm not going to mention his name due to obvious reasons that have occurred during the World Cup. No, you're going to be trying to be sneaky. Oh, it's 1-0 Morocco. Oh, an assist from that bastard as well. Oh, fudge. Don't deserve it. They really don't deserve it, but hey ho. We got our first goal, but it's not for the team I wanted to go to. Because now Morocco, as crap as they've been, they're going to stink the place out now. This is what I don't like though. 49th minute, and the entirety of the bench have flown onto the pitch to celebrate with the players, the on-field players. If it was like 90 minutes slash injury time winner, I get it. 49th minute, and you're doing what you're doing, that sort of shamelessness. Nah. Heads up, Canada. Unfortunately, he who won't be mentioned is world class on his day. Yeah, I just find it a bit not ironic, but I'll say stupid. I'll say stupid that obviously he's been allowed into the country, and then whilst within days of being allowed into the country to get ready for his country's campaign at the World Cup, it's then occurred what's occurred in terms of the second he hits back on Paris soil after this World Cup, he's going to court for very serious offences. Yet a referee has 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 been denied access to the states because of his nationality. Make it make sense. We've now currently got two players. Well, no, actually, no, as of this morning, prior to this morning, actually, we had two players at this World Cup that are, that should be deemed threats to the public. Obviously, one's been sent home packing in terms of Ghana, but yeah, I mean, that's a normal guy gone there to do his job, being told no, I can't do it because of where you're from. Make it make sense. Oh dear. But it's amazing how that. By the way, I will say this: it's amazing how that information has come out just before the Morocco Brazil game, but that said player going to court for the offences that he's facing. I don't see football fans having a kick off over it though, the way they did over the other player. Just saying. Hi Spencer, how you doing? It looks like Morocco are going to crap house their way to a last state spot. Yeah, Steve, okay, the Arsenal misfit. You talk about Davies, but do you reckon they're going to force him on at ASAP now to try and get back in? Try and get back in this game quicker. Oh, go on, can I come on, come on, come on? Oh, didn't fucking pick the right player. That's my point. That's effectively my whole point. Especially not just any criminal, but the offences that they're facing as well. I can't speak. I can't speak about this particular player here. But it did sort of surface that the other player for Ghana lied in his visa basically as well. Knowing that everyone, I mean, anyone that's involved in football as a whole, be it playing or players or fans, whatever, know that situation, and especially since that player's been charged in the last 12 months since he'd been released. Yeah, he lied on the visa, said no criminal record or upcoming criminality proceedings facing, etc., etc. But he's passed the visa and been allowed in the country. Make it make sense. It's not good for Ghana either. The fact he got picked. Come on. If Cape Verde can near cause a shock at the early hours of the morning against the defending champions the way they did, you've got to believe you can as well here against Morocco. TP and the Moroccan captain, and basically how they're they're both been allowed to play, and how certain people and how a certain ref was banished just because of his nationality. Basically, it just doesn't. The whole thing doesn't make sense. I'm just saying that doesn't make sense. I don't want to go deep diving into it. It just doesn't make logical sense. Does that make sense? They're going to have to bring on Davis on sooner than planned. I think they're looking at another 15-20 minute rough. No, you can't wait that long. Stop waiting that long. Morocco could kill this game off in the meantime, and what's the point of bringing him on at that point? There's a corner or a throw. It looks like a corner is coming to here. Also, this again performance-wise from Canada has been, even though they're 1-0 down, as a whole, the performance has been better in this game than it was against South Africa. Yeah, I covered the game with you on the chat on here on the channel. I was covering it. I was like, no, it's just like it's literally like because literally talked about it. Obviously, centre back. He looks like centre back. He's built like a centre back and all that. And what did we see in the Germany game against Paraguay? Bloody tar step up, look like a centre back, and then sky into the fucking nose head. But the ref stated but they're not. Apparently, they've said this. I think apparently, yeah, I've seen that the hierarchy have said this, but when the media have gone, oh, can you show us that? Give us some sort of inkling of proof, basically, just so people can then get off your back and we can back you up. Then nothing. So it's like again, it is what it is, but in that sense, but it's just like either way, you're still letting two people that have got a certain situation face court procedure wise facing them coming up in the next however long can technically be deemed as threats to the public. And yet here we are. No, it's fine. Call you relaying that message, that info onto us. But yeah, Arsenal message says that's a pen, but they're saying it's offside in the process. He's on. He's way on. I'm sorry, he is way on. In what universe is he offside? This is we're gonna have one of these games, are we? And I'm gonna have the best referee in England. I'm sorry, he is way onside. What is going on? I'm sorry, the replay I saw, he was onside. When the ball gets nodded forward, he's on. It's not the nearest defender to him, but the second nearest defender that's more central to the pitch was playing him on. Unless I missaw that. Let me have a look. Joys of watching this live. Right. I'm sorry, unless they show us an image that says different. The second that ball's been headed towards number 17, number not number 25. Number 25, he is ahead, but number 19 or 10, that's nearest to your number 17, looks to be in line or just ahead. That's on. As far as I'm concerned, until they show me something different, the actual image, I'm going to say you've been done out there. Probably arm off if tight. Well, honestly, the image. If they don't show us the image in the next 2 to 3 minutes, there's something dodgy going on. Yes, I'm going down that route. Amrabat and Talbi are coming on for Morocco. Obiardi's off as well. Okay. Number 12's gone off for Canada. If you could show me the number, that'd be fantastic. Larin, number 9's on for Canada, sorry. Yeah. To be honest, 5 games in, I'm surprised he's not started. Oh dear. Yeah, get Davis on. You need to get Davis on quick because Morocco are starting to push forward a lot more now on the counter. Everybody says, "Oh, nervous about Mexico." Obviously, yeah, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They're co-hosting. It's the weather conditions one way or the other going to be horrendous for us. It's on their turf, so the crowd are going to be majority Mexican baying for blood. It's going to be intimidating an intimidating atmosphere. We've got fucking Rice needs fucking last legs basically before he fucking hamstring snaps by the looks of it. But he's going to fucking play sadly, or at least start basically. Oh, yeah, and again, Mexico haven't conceded a goal. That's all in this tournament so far. And going back to the actual where we're playing in Mexico, they've only in 50, was it 52 or 56 years they've only lost twice at that stadium. And the last time we played at that stadium in a competitive game was in '86 with a certain Diego Maradona playing for a certain Argentina. We all know what happened there. No, exactly. Even more so because they're co-hosting and it's on their turf, and they've got their own the majority of that stadium going to be their own people. So you're saying an offside? Oh, he is offside. Okay, this time he is offside. It's amazing, by the way, they're not showing us a 3D image of the other so-called offside. Just saying. That still hasn't dropped yet. Just saying. Probably. In the 50-50, win it. Oh, oh, don't be. Oh, this is going to get messy. He's not going to send him off. Michael Oliver broke his neck to give that yellow card, by the way. I'm sorry, Lauren did nothing wrong. The ball was up in the air. He had every right to go for that ball because Morocco are fucking about. He had every right to go for that ball. He's just collided with the fucking goalkeeper in the aftermath. He hasn't deliberately got his way to foul the goalkeeper. The ball's there. The ball's there to be won. But Mark Oliver couldn't wait. He sprinted with that card in his hand to give that yellow card to Lauren. Ooh, Drake's break. Everyone adverts play for Americans. Spencer said, I was getting ready to go outside and turn on the grill to smoke some wings. It is damn near 100 degrees outside. Yeah, that wouldn't be my idea of putting more heat into the air, basically, if I was you. But either way, either if he touched the keeper or not, it's not deliberate. He's not going out of his way to deliberately hurt the keeper. The ball's there to be won. He's got every right to go for that ball the way he did. Simple as that. But Mark Oliver sprinted with that card and went, no, you can't do that. Yellow card. I'm not going to wait for any instruction from anyone. Yellow card. But guys, Mark Oliver's the best referee in England, according to Howard Webb. He's the best of the best. Need a permanent drinks break in the year. Oh dear. Just, are you gonna make a sub, mate, or you just Mike Dean hold my coffee? Yeah. Well, we watch Premier League week in, week out. It probably is, but that speaks to the quality of the officials. Exactly. Yeah, to be fair, yeah, you got a point there. Fucking hell. Yeah. Well, it's fun here because I'm doing it for the next game. What time is the next game, by the way? Let's have a look. 10. What's it like now? 7:30. Okay. Big 20 minutes left in this game. Huge 20 minutes. I have no idea who this person is on the screen. Oh dear. Right, let's go over here. Do that. What the one ref in the WSL one every time we play Arsenal, she gives penalty against. Oh, Emily, is it Emily, Emily something. I can't remember her full name, but yeah, I saw. But like, that's the one. That's the pain in the ass. That's the Chelsea fan. Oh yeah, yeah. I know. I could picture. I just the surname's just gone out of my head. But yeah, no matter what, we could literally go. You breathed. How dare you? Penalty Chelsea. Especially at the bridge. Those doing it against us at the bridge, that ref. Right. Don't Okay. Ay, ay, ay. Emma, last season, she gave us a few calls, I won't lie. Yeah, just a few. Didn't help winning the league in the end, thankfully, as overall. For the first time, I'm starting to question myself. Oh, I don't know why he's not start again. 5 games in now. This is. I don't know why he's not starting your poster boy Alfonso. Philadelphia. Right, that's doing that. How many people will depend on time the game kicks off as well. I think even if we lose, even if England lose, I think depending on what time the game kicks off, I think there'll be a lot of the sick call for school, college, and uni and work all throughout. Okay, go on. Oh, got a free kick. Yeah, free kick. Yeah, this would be perfect for Alfonso if he was on the pitch. Just saying. I said it should be treated as a national holiday, but never. It won't. The only way the only way it's going to happen is if England actually win the World Cup. That's the only way we'll get another bank holiday this summer. Jonathan Davis stepping over this, so he looks like he's going to go for it. Jonathan David goes for this, he's going to hit the wall. Either hitting the wall or going into Rose Ed. Yeah, he's going to go for it. He tried to be sneaky, but what did I say? He didn't go into Rose Ed, but he went over. What a waste of a free kick. Why did he chip it? Why did he chip it like that? Considering the height of and how quick a Bono can get over, that was stupid. Because even if it was on target, he'd go, "Oh, thank you very much." Fuck's sake. Just got what I have. What flavour? Depends what flavour you're on about. Oh, wait, you got hot air on my breath. My breath on me, sorry. Got a hot breath on my. Breathing hot air on me. Muggy as it is. Why is he going for the. I mean, he got a corner out of it in the end. It's on target. But why is he going, look at me? I'll be the superstar. No, you pass it. You've better options there. I ain't got a corner out of it, but you had better options. Could have got a goal. Oh, cream soda basically. Yeah, I've tried it. Not a fan of it, to be honest. Looks like the second host is going to. What do you mean? Will you fucking stop? They'll be the first host eliminated because Mexico's still in it, and so are USA. Like, can you please stop moving hot air on me? Why is the funds not on yet? Is that you've got 10 minutes to go? You're 1-0 down. What's he waiting for? Divine inspiration, for fuck's sake. I mean, that should be a yellow on Emma back, but okay. Just a free kick. As I say, I was trying to hit. No, so cream sort of it's overpowers the actual Dr Pepper side of things because you may as well get cream soda at that point. Okay, Jonathan, what are you going to do? Oh, fucking hell, ref. That's it, mate. You get in the way. In terms of Dr Pepper, the one I really like from Dr Pepper in terms of flavouring is Dr Pepper Cherry Crush. Last year for the went to Neo Cinema to go and see the new Captain America film last year, and it was, and I tried had that particular flavour. I was like, yes, oh no, game over. As soon as I say yes, that happened. Sorry guys, not to admit the goal saying yes in terms of the flavour. Like yes, I like this, but yeah, it's game over. Canada going out. They're the first of the hosts to go out. Morocco going through the chat. Morocco have been absolutely appalling in this game, and they're shithousing their way to the last eight. What was it if Morocco and certain referee calls going their way this year as well in big tournaments? Again, by the way, it's been 15, 20 minutes. I'm still waiting for this 3D image of the so-called offside for the penalty call. Amazing how that didn't get shown. Just saying. No official image of the offside that would have led to in realistic terms would have led to a penalty. No, don't be silly. They did, yeah. And then they complained that they cheated their way to AFCON final, allegedly, in terms of getting all the calls their way because of the host and this, that, and the other, whatever. The whole product's beyond that. And then when they lost the final, eventually, they cried like see you next Tuesdays until the powers that be changed the awarding of the trophy from the actual winners in Senegal to them. Yeah, scouting for Canada because they've been again performance-wise, it's been better again compared to the South African performance as a whole. I don't know why he's waited so long. And it's still not brought him on, by the way, in terms of Alfonso. I mean, you've literally made a point of picking the poster boy in terms of Alfonso Davis in your squad. He wasn't ready for the first two, whatever. You've then He gave him the odd appearance from the bench in the last 2 games. It was, again, big game here. He was not started him, and you go 1-0 down early on. You've still not brought him on. What is going on? Does Jesse Marsh not like Alfonso or something? Is it something that simple as that? But publicly can't put it out there because obviously Alfonso is the poster boy. I doubt it. Because otherwise, what's the point of him? Oh, thank God for that. That was about to be free if he went for the crossbar. Come on, Jesse. Come on, get Alfonso on. That'd be fantastic. Would have been flagged for offside potentially. Overlap. Hit it. Look like a fucking ship. That ain't gonna do no well, is it? 14. If you could pick out a player in black, that'd be fantastic. Instead of just crossing it to the team in white. That's concerned. He's done his hamstring again. Bloody hell. Oh dear. A couple more subs coming from Morocco. Number 5 and number 15 are coming on. Number 14 is coming off. Oh, number 23 and 17 off for Canada as well. Canada made some subs, but who's come on, I don't know. So yeah, Jup. That. But for Canada, I have no clue who's come on. I cannot tell you yet. And now Bono's pretending he's fucking injured. Okay, of course he is. Because the ball's landed outside the box to Canada player. My arm! I mean, he just took out the foot. He took out number 24 with the elbow, but that's okay. The USA-Belgium game is going to be interesting. Yeah, just a tad. If you're USA going into that game, you should fancy yourself when you consider how Belgium have performed in this World Cup so far. Oh dear. Right, let's have a look about this house. Oh, another Arsenal shirt. Another Arsenal shirt. I wonder why no beer cups ever came Never tried to get Bonner. Yeah, get that. Yeah, May feature. I. The thing is, because he doesn't like Jed, clearly doesn't like Jed Spence, he's gonna risk it again with Reese. By doing so, I think by doing so, he's gonna Reese will get in a serious hamstring injury, one like where he's gonna need surgery. I think because that's not Val. That's not Val, is it, Ref? 8 minutes of injury time, by the way. Last time I checked, it was Sevilla in La Liga. Last time I checked, of course, Michael. What do you say, my friend? True. We shouldn't have took Jen in the first place. The second it came out, obviously came out after the last game of the season when he broke his jaw against Everton. The second that information came to light, he should have been contacted saying, like, yeah, it's not ideal, but you need to stay. You need to stay at home now and recover. And maybe in 2 years' time you'll be in England. Let's go for that sort of thing. But I can't because the fact he's got to wear this strap-on thing to fucking keep his jaw in place, says it all. So never, as I say, the second that information came out, it should have been told. Sorry, mate, you're gonna have to stay. I'm gonna have to replace you. I can't have someone with half his jaw hanging off, basically. Yet again, Jonathan David showing me everything I've seen before, and why. I just don't get the hype around him. I really don't. Well, Walker Peters is shit. There's nothing to go there. He's no better than Jed Spence. That's not going to start that crap. Lewis Hall, I would have taken personally, 100%. Walker, I just think he doesn't fancy him at his age, basically. Something as simple as that, he just doesn't fancy him, basically. I will say this: I think if Thomas Tuchel hadn't been given the contract extension to take him to the Euros, I think the likes of Maguire and Walker may have been picked for this World Cup squad. But the second he got that 2 year leniency, he's taken a few more risks here, which could backfire massively. Yeah. 4 minutes to go of injury time. Still 2-0. Yeah. Canada are trying too hard now to try and push up. Don't know how that became a corner, but okay, sure. Why does your keeper come flying up twice now from a set piece when it's 2-0? If it's 2-1, I get it. If it's 2-1 or 1-0, whatever, cool. Game's done. You're risking it all for nothing, basically. Free kick. Yeah, he's just needed to touch that. Anyone to touch it. What the fuck are you doing, you idiots? They're that desperate to score, go out and hide. They're just fucking, oh, you have it, no, you have it. Ah. Oh, dear. I think Canada will look back on this and it will be a massive regret from their point of view in terms of in terms of how the game's played out. Morocco are there for the taking. Morocco just got lucky in two opportunities in the second half there. One, both against one play, ironically as well. But first one against one I played, wait all came about, but it's, in terms of how they've been playing. The second one just came because they started committing too many players forward and left gaps at the back. What was the target for Canada? Yeah, I'd say this is pretty much their bare minimum target sort of thing. Get out of the groups, pass the first knockout round, and yeah, take it from there basically. And it's going. It's definitely. That's not three. It's 3-0 again. It's not. Morocco haven't had a 3-0 winning performance, but they've somehow housed their way to a 3-0 win. And now they're all celebrating that they've won the World Cup. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Like I say, besides that, like, it isn't 3-0 as a whole for a scoreline, it, it flatters Morocco, if you ask me. Because they have been, yeah, because they've been poor today. Not to say, prior to of that happening there. Morocco were there for the going how this game's played out. Morocco were there for the taking. It's just that Canada didn't take the opportunities in the first half, and they've been punished in the second twice now for overcommitting, trying to get back into the game. But But yeah, last 16, your 16th best team in the world, technically. All things considered. Yeah. Obviously, it's not going to be nice going out, especially as the first of the co-hosts as well. But yeah, I mean, again, the weird thing is, performance-wise, this was a better performance from Canada side compared to the South Africa game, the last round. It was a far better performance. They just didn't take your chances in the first half, and Morocco punished you in the second, basically. From the first goal, when took that chance, and then the last two have come against. The last two have come because you've committed so many forwards to try to get back in that they've just done you on a counter attack and sealed it off that way. I'm going to finish my first season tomorrow. All right, cool. I'll be back. On that note, I'm going to get myself out of here. Yeah, get myself out of here. Freshen up for a bit. Be back in the what? In an hour and 45 minutes, basically, for Paraguay versus France. I haven't seen it up yet, but we'll be setting that up very soon. So keep an eye out for that. And I'll see you soon. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and all that jazz. Join if you want to become a member as well. But yeah, we'll see you in about an hour and 40 minutes for Paraguay versus France. See if Paraguay can cause another upset, or France go so too much strength and basically box them off the park. We'll see. Until then, though, take care of yourselves and come on, England.